I used to believe I had all the time in the world. I told myself, I'll get to it later. Later. That invisible tomorrow where all our best intentions go to waste. But life has a funny way of showing you how fragile later really is. I wasted 15 years waiting for the perfect time to pivot my career, to chase what truly called to me. And here's what I tell my future child instead: don't let waiting become your habit. I remember being in my early 20s, traveling through Chile. One evening, I overheard a guy laughing with his friends. He said, "Take it easy on me. I'm over 30 now. My knees aren't the same." Everyone chuckled, so did I. Back then, 30 felt far away, like a distant country I'd never have to visit. But time, it turns out, is a faster traveler. Before I knew it, I was the one over 30. And that joke about tired knees suddenly wasn't a joke anymore. It was a mirror. I looked back and realized how many of my plans were still ideas. Books I hadn't written, projects I hadn't started, dreams I'd postponed because I thought the right moment was still ahead of me. And that realization hit me hard because there was a unique kind of regret that comes from not doing something, from all the paths you never walked because you kept waiting for the stars to align. We like to think time is generous, that it will give us a second chance to circle back. But time doesn't wait. It quietly collects everything we delay, and one day it hands you the bill. That's when I understood something I wish I'd learned sooner. Waiting for the perfect time is just fear dressed in logic. We tell ourselves, "I'm not ready yet. I need to save money. I'll start after things settle down." But life never really settles down, does it? There's always some storm, some distraction, some uncertainty. And if you're not careful, you wake up realizing you built a life of preparation, not participation. Here are a few truths time taught me the hard way. Perfect timing doesn't exist. The stars will never align perfectly for your next move. The conditions will never be ideal. The only right time is when you decide to begin. Every meaningful change starts messy, uncomfortable, and full of doubt. That's normal. Doing something imperfectly beats waiting forever. You can adjust course once moving, but you can't steer a parked car. Momentum reveals clarity, not the other way around. Regret has two flavors: the sting of doing something that didn't work out fades with time, but the ache of what if, the ache of not even trying, that one lingers. Time is the only thing we never get back. You can recover from failure, you can rebuild your finances, you can mend a broken heart, but you can't reclaim the years spent waiting to start. The sunken cost fallacy steals dreams. Sometimes we stay on the wrong path just because we've already invested so much in it: a job, a relationship, a degree. But time spent in the wrong direction is not an investment, it's tuition. You've already paid for the lesson. Don't keep paying for the same one. I wish I could go back and tell my younger self, "You're not running out of time, you're just misusing it." Because when you start something, anything, even if it's small, you realize how alive moment feels. Every step, even the awkward ones, teaches you something stillness never could. So, if you've been stuck waiting for the perfect season, the right finances, the ideal mindset, remember, time's not your servant, it's your partner, and it moves whether you do or not. Maybe you're listening to this right now, thinking about something you've been putting off, a dream that's been sitting quietly in the back of your mind, whispering, someday. I want you to know this. Someday isn't on the calendar. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and there's now. Everything else is wishful thinking. Start with what you have, where you are, who you are, because time will pass either way. The question is whether you use it or lose it. I once heard someone say, don't count the days, make the days count. That sounds simple, almost cliche, until you feel how fast years can vanish. So, if you're standing at a crossroads waiting for the perfect moment, this is it. Not because it's ideal, but because it's here. And here is all any of us ever really have. Now tell me in the comments, what's one thing you've been waiting to start? What would it look like if you began today, even just a little? I'd love to hear your story. And if this reflection resonated with you, follow for more, for gentle reminders that time is precious and courage doesn't wait for perfect conditions.